Here's what I would do for my marketing if I owned a construction company tomorrow. Day one, it would be visibility. And the reason that it would be this is because the cost of not doing this properly is clients at the end of the day, which is the worst thing to incur a cost regarding. One of the first things that I would amend would be my LinkedIn profile. Now, I've done other videos on this, a lot of other videos, so go and check out one of those. But the LinkedIn profile is one of the easiest things you can do to look professional online if you're trying to bring in commercial work. One of the first places, everyone's on LinkedIn, all these decision makers are on LinkedIn, and one of the first places that people go to check is LinkedIn. So I'd make sure that was set up properly if I was doing commercial work. Next up would be my Google business profile. Now, this is on the other end of the spectrum. If I was doing residential work, this would be my most important thing to amend. Now, the reason for that is because most of the time on the Google business profiles, commercial customers aren't really going to be checking that, whereas residential and consumers much prefer to just give you a Google. That's the first thing they're going to do. And if you've got no reviews, then you're definitely going to fall to the bottom of their list. And then just to cover the other bases, I'll just make sure all my social medias are set up. You want to look like you're an actual person. When somebody Googles me, they see my LinkedIn, they see me posting, and they see my Instagram, my YouTube. They know I exist. I'm not a scammer. And the same thing should be true for you and your business. People, they want to be reassured, they want to buy, and that would be the first thing that I'd do for my construction company. Step two is what I would do in week one, week two, week three. If I was doing commercial work, I would be chasing real work with the LinkedIn outreach. Now, I just did a video on some of the results we get with our LinkedIn outreach for our commercial customers, and the results are just insane if you put the time in, which we do for our clients so they don't have to bother. But I would definitely put 1 hour or 2 hour a day of just connecting with as many people as I can and messaging them with a value proposition, right? Some problem that I can fix it for them and why they should choose me. I'd also make sure that I'm posting on LinkedIn every day, every other day, to make sure that when they do check me out, they can tell I'm a real person and I know what I'm doing. Now, for the website, I probably wouldn't do it myself if I was a construction company owner. Now, obviously, we know how to make websites, so, but if I were you, I would just pay someone else to handle your website. It's too much of a faff to learn if you're running your own company, and it's just easier to pay somebody else to handle that for you. Now, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, just a simple website that looks professional alongside with your Google business profile is sufficient. So, this would mean the LinkedIn outreach will mean that I'm going to be getting leads, I'm going to be starting conversations, getting onto the supplier lists, and the websites will mean that anyone who sees my LinkedIn posts, my social media posts, when they Google me, they'll know that I'm the real deal when they come to my website. Now, here are a few things that I deliberately wouldn't spend my money on if I was a construction company owner. The first thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't post on Facebook and hope that somebody sees me. Now, posting on Facebook is fine. I do that. I re-upload onto Facebook. But to be honest, it's more of just covering my bases. Now, you can make Facebook work really well for you because there's an older user base from on Facebook compared to LinkedIn and Instagram. But I would say it takes a lot of time to get going, and so I wouldn't be spending money on Facebook, let me put it that way. I wouldn't spend any money on ads before fixing these points above. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. You're never going to fill it up because anytime someone Googles you, they land on your ad, they see your company, and it just looks scammy or unofficial. I wouldn't spend money on ads until this was fixed. And trying to get the ads to work for the commercial side of things as well is a lot tougher than the residential side of things. So that's something to be aware of. I also wouldn't chase followers or likes. I said in one of my previous videos, likes and followers aren't so important. Even with this own channel of ours, the point of these videos isn't to get thousands and thousands of views, although that would be nice. My goal with these videos is to speak to people who need help, who work in the construction industry. Now, that's a smaller group than the group of people who want to see a funny video of a dog, right? Everybody wants to see a funny video of a dog. Not everybody wants to hear about construction marketing. So you should actually measure success using other mechanisms. How many leads am I getting? Are the people watching actually in my target audience? Things like that, which LinkedIn is great for again. One of the main things I wouldn't do is sign a 12-month contract with an agency that can't show me a real result first. I definitely wouldn't sign a 12-month contract, and I would want to see results. So that's what I'd do if I owned a construction company and I wanted to market it. It's not actually super complicated. These are just setting the foundations, and there's a lot more that would go into this. But in my first month, I think this is exactly what I'd do. and I'd recommend you do the same. And if you want help with this, head over to our website at marketmaestro.co.uk.